How can we share the gospel? Today I've got a simple idea of something that we can all do. We all know how difficult it is to share our faith. We meet so much opposition that it's difficult sometimes to know, should I say anything? People are often saying you shouldn't force your views on others, and I generally agree with that. So should we share? Should we not share? I have places where people are used to me telling them about the gospel, believing in Jesus. So how do you go about it? What should I say? Brilliant biblical idea for us to help us to share the gospel, and it's in 1 John 1 verse 3. It's a very, very simple idea, and it says, John says, we proclaim to you what we've seen and heard, so that you also may have fellowship with us. We proclaim to you what we've seen and heard. My idea that today is, how can we share the gospel? We proclaim what we've seen and heard. That's all we're actually doing. Of course, we're not forcing it on anyone, but all we're doing as we go about our life, as we share the gospels, we're just telling people what we've seen and what we've heard. For me, I've obviously a vast array of evidences that helped me become a Christian. I'm not getting into those today, but what have I seen and heard that's helped me over the years? What sorts of things am I talking about that I would be sharing with people? Well, the life that I experienced with God it's given meaning to my life. Why am I here? What's the point? What's the point of this? I've lived a pointless existence. Now I don't anymore. So I want to tell people about that. God deals with our inadequacies. We all feel inadequacies, a sense of not measuring up, sin, judgment. God deals with those problems. God gives direction to our lives. Where am I going? What's the point in all this? What's my next steps? What am I aiming for? God gives hope to the future. That's what I've personally experienced. He gives hope to my future. He helps me feel like there is somewhere I'm aiming for in my life. God enables me, this is what I really like, to be my best self in my life so far, to develop my skill set, my talents that He's given every human being. We're all equal in His eyes, and we've all been given talents that we need to use. How can I flourish and use my gifts? I want to tell people how God has enabled me to do that. God protects us from troubles in this life. We can all be gripped with fear and concerns and things that burden our hearts and our minds. How has God taken away the fear or the constant sense of fear in my life? What have I seen and heard? What has God done in my life that I've experienced, that I've seen constantly over all these years that I want to tell people about? So that's simple. How can I share the gospel? Well, I'm simply going out there to tell people what I've seen, what I've heard, and what that means to me, why that personally affects me, how that personally helps me. And the last bit of it, so that people will have fellowship with us. We want people to experience the same thing.